Hello, hello, beautiful people, and thank you for tuning in to today's Movement Medicine Morsel. And thank you for witnessing and being patient with my attempts to improve video and audio quality. So, coming to you from my iPhone today. We're going to play with the beautiful movements of the spine. Remember that yoga says the spine is the fountain of youth, and I think that's a beautiful motto to live by. If our spines are fluid and flexible, we have freedom of movement. We also create more space and massage for our organs. Just so many wonderful things. And we have the confidence that comes with lovely posture. It's also a great way to age elegantly and gracefully. We don't have to get hunched over or have only aches and pains and talk about our conditions and illnesses as we age. It's actually possible to stay fresh, to stay vibrant, and to stay supple. It takes a little bit of engagement, but anything worthwhile takes some practice and commitment. So here we are. Thank you for your commitment, and thank you for your beautiful presence. So let's begin seated. We're going to establish the number one position of the spine. If you can only ever remember one, sometimes I have to keep it really simple. If you can only remember one thing, vertical alignment will get you through about 95% of everything else. So I'm going to slide my chair back a little bit, and I want you to get comfortable, but not slouchy comfortable. We want to plant our feet. We always need to know where is our foundation and where is our inspiration. And that root and that suspension are what help stretch us and elongate us into vertical alignment. So take a look at your feet, make sure they're well planted. Take your seat, your sit bones towards the front edge of your chair so that you're not sitting all the way back. You want your thighs free, your hips free. So sit bones. You can rock a little bit and feel them. They're like the feet of your pelvis. And let them even out. So we've got 2 feet and 2 sit bones. And that's our beautiful foundation. And just feel into that for a moment. Notice what your bum feels like in your seat. Is it hard? Is it upholstered? I'm talking about the chair, not you. But, take it as you wish and feel what you feel. Also notice your feet. What do they feel? How are they relating to the ground, your socks, your slippers, your shoes, whatever you've got on? And now from that base, we feel that the top of the spine has a magic hook and a beautiful cord that gently elongate. And this happens right from the base all the way through every vertebra, including the neck. Let's just take our fingers, I like to use the middle fingers or sometimes the thumbs, and find the ridge at the base of the skull and gently lift up. And this can sometimes help us with that final lift. We might be able to lengthen our spine, but maybe the neck doesn't get all the way up. So take those fingers there and help the skull to float. And just look around a little bit, gentle turns. So here we are, we've made our connection. Maybe it's our soul star, maybe it's the sun, the moon, the stars, the heavens, whatever you like. And we're rooted. So here we've got the stretch between heaven and earth, the perpendicular between heaven and earth that Martha Graham talked about. And this is home position for the spine. Because what happens if we don't think about this is inevitably some version of this happens, or this happens, or this happens, but we won't spend any extra time there. The antidote to all of that is finding the harmonizing plumb line. Now sometimes the shoulders get confused. Do we belong to the heaven? Do we belong to the earth? Do we have a discord between us? So let's cure that. Let's inhale and raise the shoulders up nice and high and squeeze them in. And exhale with a sigh, but a slow melting down of the shoulders as we continue to rise up. The spine is hooked up by the crown of the head. The shoulders rise independently, and they melt down, they float down, and they rest. We'll do one more of these. Inhale, squeezing the shoulders up. and slowly melting them down on the exhale. And just let yourself feel that. There's a relaxation in your shoulder girdle and a vertical alignment in your spine. So this is our basic posture. And in fact, all of the other movements of the spine take this as their root or their seed. We don't want to compress the spine in any of our movements. Just think how much space you're giving your organs, more room for the breath, more room for the discs that pad each vertebra of the spine, more available communication through the throat between the brain and the rest of the body, not compressed there. All right. Now, what else do we have for our basics? We've got our foundation, our suspension. Together, those make vertical alignment. And we also have a soft smile, and we have our smooth, free breath. So the quick version of the breath is to bring the hands to the belly and feel the breath. As you inhale, you gently allow the breath to come into your belly. Think of that as a multidimensional sphere. And exhale, let's take a couple exhales through softly parted lips. Inhale through the nose, allowing the inhale to respond to the exhale. Exhale through softly parted lips, gently but also mindfully feeling the sides of the waist coming in. Relax, allow the inhalation to pour in through the nose to your belly. And one more, softly parted lips, a sigh. Relax, allow the inhalation to pour into your belly. And now continue a couple of breaths in and out through the nose. No more open lips, but trying out that relaxed, flowing rhythm of breath. Now we have all the components we need. So we've been practicing vertical alignment, and you can practice this when you walk. We'll do a little standing portion after we complete our seated portion. So what else can the spine do? Well, it can round forward. We call that flexion. And it can round backwards. We call that extension. So as you exhale, let the waistline flatten back. Let the shoulders and chin come forward. As you inhale, let the back contract. Let the upper chest open. Let the small of the waist contract and press forward. Exhale, the small of the waist rocks back, taking all of you with it. As you inhale, the small of the waist rocks forward. Guess what? Taking all of you with it. So the spine is flexing on the exhale, and it's extending or back bending on the inhale, and fluidly. It can even be a smaller movement. It can be very modest. We're more interested in awareness and effortlessness than we are interested in range of motion. How far can we go into a pose? We are doing something different here. We're cultivating ease, and we're re-educating our body. Maybe we've been pushy people. Maybe we've got a collection of injuries or shocks to the body that have created little pockets that hold patterns that lock us in. We want to unlock, and the way to unlock is through gentleness, through ease, and through willingness to explore. So we've covered 3 movements now: vertical alignment, flexion, extension. What else can the spine do? Okay, from vertical alignment, the next 2 movements are paired. They have a right and they have a left. For fun, let's take the arms up with the flex and extend. So as we exhale, we're rounding the back, and the hands press back a little bit. On the inhalation, the fingers dip down, and as we inhale, the arms effortlessly float up and the fingers and face reach. Exhale, everything melts down softly. The hands brush back. Inhale, rising up. You can even press with your feet into the floor just a little bit. For example, when you exhale, what happens if you push your feet into the floor? And then relax, and as you inhale, just see what happens. Maybe you don't need to push your feet into the floor. So we've got this coordination of the shoulders, the hips, and we're getting a little bit more vertical alignment. Let's float up at the top here, and let's just rotate a little bit. Just floating. And then let the arms pour down, shoulders relax, but the spine is still going up. All right. Now, hands on the belly button. On the inhale, grow tall. On the exhale, turn the belly button and let the chest and the neck smoothly move along. As you inhale, let everything come back to center. And as you exhale, let the belly button begin the twist. You might find you even start shifting onto one sit bone. Don't be afraid to move other parts of your body. We're not trying to lock something down and move only one thing. Now, I've got a slippery seat, so it works for me. And if you don't have a slippery seat, you can think of taking something like a plastic shopping bag and placing it on your chair and practicing this so you don't stick. So if you move your belly button, maybe your pelvis also rotates a little bit. That's pretty cool. And coming back. And one more time, thinking about the belly button, and take a look around you. What happens if you involve more of your body? I'll move back so you can perhaps see a little bit more, and I'll turn sideways. So what I'm doing is starting from the belly button, I'm shifting my weight onto that sit bone, and then the other knee is rolling in a little bit. And it gives me just that bit more of a turn. And then I'll do that to the other side, beginning with the belly button, pressing with the back foot, and coming back. Now, if you don't have a slippery seat, you're moving from the belly button, you might still be feeling that you shift the weight onto that sit bone. And then as you inhale, you come back to both. So I'm inviting you to use more parts of your body than might be obvious. We may have received instruction in the past, keep your hips square and just move from above the waist. Great training. I spent many decades learning a lot doing that, but now I really prefer to use more of me, and actually I have less pain than I ever had when I was younger. So I'm really excited about this. So we've done some rotations. What's left? Side bending. So let's take our hands to the sides of the waist, and as though you're in between two panes of glass. We don't want to rotate here. We want to get the purity of the movement. So one side of the waist is going to shorten. That means the other side has to lengthen. See if you can sense that. And inhale, come back up to vertical alignment. Exhale, the other side of the waist shortens and the opposite side yields. Inhale, come up. We're going to add a bit more stretch. Exhale, one side shortens, and inhale, stretch the top arm so you get even more, just enough that you feel really good here. Take another breath, and then inhale, come back up tall, and exhale, just melt that arm down. Inhale, hands at the waist. Exhale, curve to the other side. Inhale, the top arm reaches gently, but creates even more opening on the lateral line. Wait for an inhalation. Come up tall. And exhale, melt down. Just wiggle a little bit. And now we're going to put this together into a little spine dance. We're going to flow through the different positions, remembering that vertical alignment is implied all the time. So plant your feet, get comfortable, sit in your most beautiful radiant self. Take a breath in, and exhale. We're rounding the back and guiding the hands behind us. Inhale, the breath lifts us and we come into a nice arch. Exhale, we come vertical and we twist to one side, the hands landing one behind, one to the thigh. Inhale, we reach up to the heavens, and exhale, we stay tall and we float over into our twist. Inhale, we reach up to the heavens, And now exhale, we soften over. The bottom hand can be placed on the seat. Inhale, come up, floating everything up. And exhale, curving, melting the bottom hand down, reaching over. Inhale, up to a nice arch. And exhale, waistline goes back. We're ready to do the flow again. Here's our flexion, our forward bend. Inhale, we flow with the breath and we reach our fingertips. Exhale through vertical and we rotate. Remember, you can twist the belly button, you can push with that back foot, or do it the way it feels best for you. Inhale up, exhale, think of the belly button moving. Inhale, float up, now the side bending. Exhale, over. Inhale, up, follow your breath. Exhale, over. And inhale, up. And to vertical alignment, just floating the arms down, relaxing the shoulders, and taking a moment to be with yourself. Hang in vertical alignment, feel your root, but feel the suspension. Engage your soft smile and your gentle breath. And now an exercise for standing, but if you are not a stander today or you really need to stay in the seat, I've got something for you too. So I'm going to turn sideways. So it's going to be based on this movement. Maybe you've already felt that there's an ethereal lightness you might be tapping into when you really let this go and go up. We're going to be capitalizing on that for our stand. However, those of you who are not standing for whatever reason, it's all perfect. You're going to learn how to strengthen your legs so that one day the possibility of standing is still going to be an option on the table for you. Because it really makes a difference if we can strengthen our legs and have full expression of movement. Just think, if it's hard for you to get down to the floor, pick up some groceries, something that's dropped, reach for something on a top shelf, turn around when you're parallel parking. All of these are very practical things. So we're going to exhale down, inhale, actually, well, let's just do the legs. So what I want you to do, we're going to lean forward a little bit. I was getting ahead of myself. Lean forward a little bit. See if you can shift the weight onto the feet, and then shift back and feel your weight on your sit bones. Still the feet are on the ground. But when you lean forward, there's a certain spot you get to. Now, it won't work if your feet are too far forward. You need your feet close to the legs of the chair. Knees may be a little bit forward of the feet. Inhale tall. Exhale, lean forward. Feel the weight shift to the feet. Now push down with your feet and see if you can hover your bum a quarter inch, an inch, or if you can't lift your bum, just push your feet firmly into the floor and breathe. Feel the muscles. You might feel things strengthening. And then relax completely when you sit upright. So exhale, lean forward. Inhale, push with the feet. Maybe your bum is still on the chair or maybe you're hovering. Don't go up more than a couple of inches. You'll feel that. And then sit back down. Oh, that's a lot of work in the thighs. If you're feeling that like I am right now, let's massage the thighs. Now, that's the exercise for those of you who want to stay low. And remember, you don't even have to lift your seat up, but do push with your feet and imagine yourself going up. Now, with the arms, we're just going to float up. So you can watch one or you can join right in with me. So inhale, vertical alignment. Exhale, we round our backs. Inhale, we shift the weight forward onto the feet and we use the breath coming in and the reach to the sky to come up. And then exhale, we stick the bum out. We let it find the seat, and inhale, we sit up. Exhale, we round, and the hands go back. Inhale, we shift the weight into the feet. Inhale, you're stretching your arms up even if your bum doesn't come off the chair. And exhale, people in the air are sitting down, and inhale, coming up. So keep going. If you're staying in the chair, it's going to be exhale, round. Inhale, shift forward, push with the feet as you exhale and sit back down, something like that. So let's all exhale together or keep going on your own rhythm. Inhale, shift and float up. Exhale, sit, just light, a light, and inhale up. Exhale, round, press back. Inhale, brush the hands through, weight transfers into the feet, lifting up. And exhale, the power is in the legs. You don't drop into the seat, you, like a feather, landing. Okay, I'll do one more time seated and one more time standing up. So it's all the same breathing. Exhale back. Inhale, shift the weight and push with the legs. Exhale, allow the sit bones to settle. And inhale, sit up. Now the standing version. Exhale, back. Inhale, shift the weight. This is exactly the same, but you're coming all the way up. You just let that energy pour up and trust the suspension, and then you lower with such delicacy, and then you sit tall. And let's take a few moments to sit and breathe, be with yourself, feel, retain your vertical alignment. You don't even have to sit still. If your body feels like a little bit of ooey gooiness, please do so. This is full permission for you to feel you. Try incorporating the principles, the foundation, the suspension, the vertical alignment that comes from those two, the soft smile, and the smooth, gentle breath. See for yourself, has anything changed for yourself from this practice? Is anything new? What would you like to bring forward into the rest of your day, evening, morning, night? And know that it's inside you, it's yours. And thank you for your beautiful presence and your willingness to play along in these beautiful practices that my teachers have taught me. And drop me a line. Sorry I can't respond in the middle of the practices because I'm very involved in the movement and transmitting that, but I do respond afterwards to people who write. Blessings, blessings, and we'll see you next time.